Welcome back to our medical missionary ministry, and today we'd like to talk about charcoal.
Hi guys, I'm here to talk about charcoal. Charcoal is awesome. Charcoal is a very potent natural treatment. It's used to trap toxins in the body and other chemicals. It actually not absorb, but adsorb. So it binds the poisons or the toxins to flush it out of the system. So I also wanted to talk about like different ways that you can use it, the benefits of it. So one, charcoal binds with 29 out of 30 dangerous poisons and neutralizes them. So internally, you can take tablets. You can also, if you have activated powdered charcoal, you can put it in water and drink it. It's good for when you have diarrhea. It's good for internal, like if you have gas. And some of the poisons that it neutralizes are industrial toxins, medicinal toxins like morphine, cocaine, sulfurs, opium, also inorganic chemicals like mercury, lead, silver, and phosphorus. And then, like I mentioned, charcoal can also be taken to stop intestinal gas and diarrhea. Externally, you can use it as a poultice on wounds, skin infections, and inflamed body areas. But a little warning is you don't want to use charcoal for a long period of time, like for more than like 5 hours, because it can cause cellulitis. So you don't want that. You want to use it for about 2 to 3 hours, and then let your skin, air out, and then repeat it again later on in the day. Also, charcoal poultice will draw out any bug bites, snake bites even, spider bites, and any other toxins. It's used for also skincare and oral health. So you can use it as a teeth whitening. You can use it as a deodorant. There's so many uses for it. It assists the kidney function by filtering out undigested toxins and drugs. So the sooner you actually take the charcoal, either you apply it or you ingest it, the more effective it is.
So if you look in the background here, there's a bunch of weeds that have just been growing like crazy out here because we've been getting a lot of rain. And here at Uncle Nestor's house, Uncle Nestor decided to try to trim them down. I guess he had some kind of lawnmower and he was working on them. And while he was doing that, he came back into the house. And when he came back into the house, I noticed all these welts, like huge welts all over his neck. And so I believe there were some kind of bug bites and some kind of reaction that he was having towards them. And so right away, I had some activated charcoal. I decided to use that charcoal, the capsules, put them into a bowl and mix them, but with a little bit of water. But since it was too liquidy, I grinded up some flaxseed just to thicken it up. And as I used that, I put that I made him like a homemade poultice, and I put them all over his neck. And then after that, I used the comfrey the next day to continue to get that swelling down. And after a couple days, it was gone. So while I was just barely learning and doing the charcoal poultice, Kim had this great idea to make this new type of balm.
So I'm here to talk about the black drawing balm that I made. The black drawing balm is an herbal healing balm that pulls out splinters. It helps boils go away. It solves pimple problems and helps draw out things that don't belong in your skin. So it's used for boils, for wounds, embedded glass shards, cactus spines, or needle-like pieces of wood that's in your skin. So it helps draws it out. It also has a lot of natural herbs in there, such as comfrey. Comfrey is a natural pain reliever. It's also known to speed up wound healing, and it's also known as a bone knitter. It has charcoal, that's why it's black. It's a detoxifier and a purifier. Plantain is an antimicrobial, great for chronic skin problems, insect bites, bug bites. calendula, which has skin soothing and stimulates the healing process as well. And it has bentonite clay, which enhances the detoxification and the drying action of the activated charcoal. So it has a lot of, oh, and the beeswax. Beeswax are also known to have healing properties as well. So it has a lot of great natural ingredients that will help soothe any, inflamed skin. It also helps with the itchiness of like a bug bite. I've personally experienced that when I had made it before I went to Arizona to see Kale and Ernie. I made some, and while I was there, I had some bug bites, and it was so itchy. I couldn't sleep, so I put it on, and right away I felt the soothing effect of it. The itchiness went away, and then the next morning, I saw that it was less red and less inflamed. So we've been making that and sharing it with people as well.
So we actually tried this charcoal drying balm, and we were able to test it out right away. Kale has just been finding, being in the outdoors and being in nature, he's been finding a lot of insects, and especially in our homeschool, we've been going over a lot of insects and going over a lot of bugs. And so he's been finding a lot of scorpions. And, with the scorpions, he's been putting them in jars and just observing them. And so I told him to let them go and don't touch them and just let them go. Don't keep them in the jar. And so he let them go. And next thing you know, as I was working on something, he comes back, goes, Dad, I'm okay. Don't worry. I said, well, what's wrong, Kale? And he said he got stung by the scorpion. I guess he had been playing with the scorpions and he never really realized that the stinger was ever going to sting him. He thought that he's never seen it happen to him yet, but it only took one time, and one time alone when he decided to play, that the scorpion decided to sting him. And so he got stung in the finger. I noticed right away there was some redness. I put the charcoal drawing balm on there generously, and then I just put a Band-Aid over it. Praise God, we prayed over it, and he was fine. Nothing was wrong with him. Right away, the swelling was gone. The next morning when he woke up, he was just as good as new. But then but he did learn his lesson. He hasn't touched a scorpion since then. Kim made some 1 ounce tins of comfrey rub, and we've just been using them. As you know, we've been going door to door for our evangelistic series, and we've been meeting some people. And at the first night of our evangelistic series, we met a lady who was just recently widowed. She attended the first night of the seminar, and when we were talking to her, it came up again of health, and she said she had a swollen ankle, and right away I offered some comfrey to her, but I didn't have any with me, so I decided to get her information down, and she gave me her phone number, and I called her the next day to drop off some comfrey rub, and I gave it to her. I told her all about it, the benefits of it, and how to apply it. And then we prayed over it, and I prayed for her for healing, and also just with everything that she's going through. I also offered if she needed any help moving anything, because she was moving into an apartment from a house, and that's about it. And that's what friendship evangelism is all about. That's what our outreach is all about. And now I have a reason to call her each day to remind her to put that comfrey on, because I want her to heal. I generally care about her because her ankle is swollen. And I don't know if she has some kind of arthritis or something, but I'm just checking on her all the time. And now she's been going to the series. She's gone 2 nights in a row now, and I've been calling her throughout the week. It's just been great, just forging these new friendships and just caring for them. And she's also prayed for our family as well. She knows. I told her a little bit about what we're going through and what we're doing. And so it's just been awesome. And then this is what it's all about. It's a lot easier to go door to door with a health message and to care about what their ailments are and ask them about those things than it is to do about the gospel. But we always have to lead them to Jesus. And so that's why when we go door to door and when I meet with this person, I always make sure I pray with her. And she's also just encouraged about what she's hearing at the seminar. So you're combining both. You have to have the right hand of the gospel. They come together. And so if you're doing health and preaching health without preaching the gospel, or vice versa, it's not going to work. We do have the method, And we do have the recipe to lead people to Christ. Hope that you've been encouraged to be a medical missionary wherever you are. Now be blessed and be a blessing.